This is a look at the spray rig that I built for my tractor, and my cows are curious and they're probably going to be making some noise right on cue. So this is just a little, one of those little trailer hitch things. I don't know what it's called. You put the trailer hitch balls on and then it connects to the tractor. So then it's built the rest of the framework around it. It's got a 65-gallon tank. Got a little army can that I bolted on. I keep extra little pins and hammer and a couple other little tools. I made this, I wanted to use regular water hose. I got this at Northern. It's a North Star, let's see, 60 psi, 5.5 gallons per minute pump, and it just uses regular water hose. And I got a little spray nozzle, and it's powered from the tractor. I've got this little line running from the battery going into the battery up there. This is my little TC30, little 30 horse New Holland tractor with front end loader. And for the big stuff, I've got this diesel and little 2-gallon sprayer that I'm going to be using. But for this stuff, this little spray rig that I built works really well. So I'm going to show. This is this black Locust, and so I'm using a mixture of. It's just Relegate herbicide that I'm using to spray on there. It kills them pretty well. So I've already got it mixed in. So I'll throw on the other camera and show you the spray rig in action. Let's kind of hit all the foliage, the green stuff. This one, these are a little bit tall. I would probably be a little bit better off doing basal bark treatment on these taller ones, but I'm going to show both methods today. This really works best when the black locust trees are, you know, four feet high or so. So these are much higher than probably recommended for this treatment, but you can kind of get an idea of how this sprayer works with this. You can reach up pretty high. That's probably a 10-foot tree right there that I'm able to get. All right, let's hop in the tractor. I'll show, kind of drive around just a little bit. This method works really well when it's real thick like that. You can't really get in there with, you know, a sprayer you don't want to get all scratched up. These black locusts have those bad thorns. So this method works pretty well when you got a grove like this, you can't really get in there. This was allowed to grow up for far too long, so it's definitely time to get up in there and spray these things down. This will cause all the leaves to wilt. They'll turn yellow and then a brown color after about a week or two, and then there may be some shoots that come up that try to keep the tree alive, and I'll have to treat those again. But this method usually pretty much knocks them out, especially the shorter ones. These bigger trees, I'll probably have to come back a second time. have a bodark tree, see right up there, this stuff gets pretty much anything that's got thorns on it, so that bodark tree will probably be hit since I got some overspray on it just then. So here's some shoots. I shredded this area last year. Turn that down. I shredded this area last year, and this is what those black locust trees do. As soon as you shred them, they start growing these shoots from the roots, and if you don't spray them, man, you'll have a grove everywhere. That'll knock those down. I've got a few more back there I'll need to hit before I get out of this little lot. This is just a diesel and some of that same remedy. Try to do about a 10 to 20% mixture. I've read it. Actually, I probably don't even put 20%. It's probably closer to 5 to 10. But you just do around the base of these, and this will kill them too. But when it's a real thick grove, sometimes it's easier just to spray them. Spray the leaves. And with basal bark treatment, you have to get all the way around the base about a foot or two high. And on the bigger trees, I've been having success with just one treatment when I go up about 3 feet. So even though I sprayed these here a minute ago with the tractor, just want to see if I can at least knock this little section out. I'll leave that big section to die with just the spray that I put out. There we are. It's been a week since I did the spraying over here by the barn, and you can see that all the trees that I sprayed are dying off. And over here on the other side where I was spraying, I was kind of doing an arch spray. Sorry about the wind. I was doing an arch spray over here. I was able to kill off a couple of those trees. There's a little bit more back there that I need to hit. But here's a good example. I sprayed these vines right here, and it doesn't look like the herbicide had much of an effect on those. So probably if I wanted to knock that out, I need to come back with something like a Roundup and spray it, because I know that I sprayed this whole area here. So this herbicide is called Relegate. It's I think it's like an off-brand of Remedy. They both do the same thing, and they just target the thorny bushes and trees, like the locust. And this is a bodark tree here, but I did not spray it. So just a little progress update. This is a large locust tree that I sprayed also about a week and a half ago or so. And as you can tell, compared to the other trees by it, this one's turning yellow. This was a tree that I sprayed with the basal bark treatment. I'll get a little closer and kind of give you an idea. According to all the information I found, basal bark works good until the size of the tree gets to be about 6 inches in diameter. And this tree is probably closer to a foot or more in size. And I came up a bit higher. I think I actually started spraying probably about 6 foot high, 6.5 foot high at this point, and sprayed all the way around the tree, all the way down to the base. And apparently it got pretty good penetration because all the leaves are starting to turn yellow and the tree will die off. So to kind of explain why I'm spraying these trees instead of using a chainsaw to cut them down or going over them with a shredder is with these locust trees. If you go over them with a shredder, you'll knock out the tree, but you won't kill it. The roots will still remain alive, and then new growth shoots will pop up pretty vigorously. So that's why I'm spraying, as you can see over here in my wooded area on the other side, and pretty much everywhere that I can find a locust tree, trying to get these knocked out before the seed pods are able to create seeds. And here's an example of a locust tree seed pod. I pulled it off this tree here that I've sprayed. Each tree will produce hundreds of these seed pods, and then within each pod, this one I counted, there's 30 seeds that would have created more trees, but I stopped the process whenever I killed off the tree here. This is an invasive species here in the Texas area, so anything that we can do to get these knocked out, they grow so rapidly they will just take over a pasture. There's a look at another locust tree that I sprayed. And the nice thing about the basal bark treatment is you can target just the select tree that you're wanting to take out, rather than killing off an entire grove of otherwise good trees next to it. These guys are the reason why I'm doing all the spraying. The fewer locust trees that are in the pasture, the more grass for the big guys. And the little guys too. Another good use for my little spray rig that I built is when I'm burning brush piles. I can spray the water, just clean water around the perimeter of the pile and kind of keep it from spreading. Or if it starts to get really out of hand, if it's near a bunch of trees or something, I can spray on the fire to kind of tame it down a little bit. So this is a brush pile that's been sitting for probably about 2 years, and we got a lot of rain yesterday, so I haven't really had to use the sprayer rig, but went ahead and filled it up with water anyways, just in case something happened. I want to be prepared for that. The grass is pretty green, but there's quite a bit of dry matter still in the ground, so I just wanted to have the spray rig there in case I needed it. Pretty hot, I can feel it from here.